Hi, I'm Jay Leonard J, and this is the 30 millisecond double tracker by Keeley Effects. One trend that I've been noticing quite a bit in the modern boutique pedal world is that instead of trying to recreate all those classic guitar pedals like they have been for the last 20 years, they've been finding ways on getting studio quality gear and putting it on your pedal board. And I'm going to tell you, it's awesome. I love the fact that they're finally doing that because really, if you think about it, like great guitar tone. You know, like the legendary tone when you put on the album and the sound just completely envelops you like a white blood cell taking over a foreign bacteria in your body. What it really is that wall of just studio rack gear that the producer and engineer have been working tirelessly on way after those rock stars have left the building. So instead of investing in all these extra new gain stages to really thicken up your guitar sound, why don't you try some old school studio techniques like double tracking, especially now that we have access to this really cool pedal, the Keeley 30 millisecond double tracker. Using a pedal like this is almost like having a couple reel-to-reel decks just on your pedal board. You get a really, really nice and lush double tracking tone, but not only that, you get this really organic and useful tri-chorus and a killer slapback delay. Oh, and on top of that, there's a chamber reverb. Forget about it. Since there's already so many great videos of this pedal already up on YouTube, I want to do something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of the settings that I use when I use this pedal live to kind of give you an idea of how to integrate something like this into your live setup to really enhance your tone and make it so much more friendly to your audience. Everybody likes a really good slapback delay tone. I'm no stranger to it, I love it too, but I like to do mine a little bit differently, especially with a pedal like this at my disposal. I'll show you what I do. I'll set my delay time the way I normally do, just enough so it works with the rhythm, set my level about halfway, give myself the slapback. I'm going to add a little bit of reverb. That's going to add kind of a ghostly, kind of barnyard, freaky kind of feel to it. And then I'm also going to give myself a slight amount of detune on that delayed tone, and that adds a slight chorus effect, makes it a little bit more strange, a little bit more awkward. It reminds me of like a robot cowboy walking into like an Italian saloon, like for like a shootout before a ninja comes and chops off its head. Like a really, really like Tarantino-y wonderful piece of mess. It's gorgeous. Good luck. This pedal has a very beautiful and lush chorus tone. The way I like to use it, however, is I like to use the stereo setting and I like to set the internal dip switch to the Pro mode. If you don't quite know how to do that, you should watch this following video. To enter the wet dry stereo mode, Move the first internal dip switch to the down position and plug a dual mono to single stereo 1/4-inch jack into the unit's output. To enable Pro mode, disconnect the pedal from a power source, unscrew the bottom plate, preheat your oven to 250 degrees, enter up up, down down, AB AB start on a Nintendo GameCube controller, and then move the second internal switch to the down position. You're ready to rock. By setting the pedal to the Pro mode, the reverb and the detune knob ends up turning into two separate detune knobs for the different chorus lines. I find that's very, very useful because I like to set one slightly different than I like to set the other. Once you get it dialed in right, you pretty much get all your favorite 80s guitar tones at your fingertips. Here's a little tip that I've been using quite a bit for my live shows. Most music is like one loop line, all the song, and you're playing the same thing over and over and over again. But it's a lead line, it's a hook, so you want it to cut through in certain points, but once the singer comes in, you want it to sit back in the mix. When you're in that situation, I like to use the double tracker because by doing it, what you do is you get the clarity and the precision that you want when you want the guitar to stick through, and then when you turn it off, it kind of buries itself back in the mix with your dry tone. I'll show you exactly how I do it. First, you go into the Abbey mode setting. Oh, Abbey mode, like the ice cream. You give yourself just a little bit of the modulation just to make it sound a little bit out-of-worldly, and the same thing with the reverb. You want to give yourself a slight amount of texture. Make the tone exactly where you need it to be, and we'll hear what that sounds like. Last but not least, I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to use this pedal to enhance those awesome guitar solos that you've been working on. I've been using this mode so much that I don't even use my booster as much as I used to boost it when things get really, really tough. I find that by pressing this, it gives me everything I need, yet I still have all the touch sensitivity that I want. And it adds this weird, crazy, phasey, three-dimensional kind of twist to the sound. You're gonna love it. It's really, really cool sounding. What I do is I give myself a lot more modulation than I had before, give yourself a little bit more reverb, and give yourself a lot of that Abbey mode double track. Well, that's it. That's my review. I hope you guys liked it. If you're a subscriber, please just keep writing below. Oh my God, it makes me so happy to read your comments. You know what? Even the mean stuff, write the mean stuff down. I don't care. Just write something down. I love the dialogue. I love to get to know you guys. I think you're all super interesting. If you're not a subscriber, like, come on, just press the button. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You know, just hang out with us and, you know, be part of the family. It's really, really cool. And also, it's like an ego thing for me. Like, you know, sometimes I like to go to the hardware store and I'm like talking to the guy and I'm like, oh man, you know, I got like 20 subscribers on YouTube and like whatever. And the guy's like, oh man, you're like super cool. And I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Well, that's it. That's my review. Take care. I'll see you guys soon.